Alright, this is the beginning of the permaculture journey. And with beginning, I mean absolute beginning. Because I just planted my very first seeds here in the backyard in the Dominican Republic. And I'll show you a screenshot of how that worked out for me. I planted the seeds. Actually, yesterday Benjamin and I went to the farm, went to the land, and I took a very big glass jar with me so that I can get some soil, put it in a jar, take it with me home so that I can start practicing with working with soil and planting plants. And that idea came to me through Benjamin, because Benjamin, a couple of days ago, Benjamin asked me, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do you believe that if you put a seed in soil and you give it some water, that a fully grown plant can grow out of that? And I looked at him kind of funny, because like theoretically, I know that's supposed to happen. I know that's going to happen. I know that should happen. But I told him, experientially, I have no clue. I really don't. I've never done that before. I've done it once, maybe in school, but only the first stages. I've never grown something to a point where it actually gave me fruits or it actually gave me produce. So I told him, I know, but I don't really know. And so he told me, well, okay, you gotta start planting some plants then, because you need to show yourself that it's actually possible. And I found that to be pretty profound, because I really start at the beginning, guys. And I hope that by me showing this to other people that have no clue and never planted anything, that it might inspire those people as well to start to do that. Because I think it's such vital information to know how to grow your own food. We've become so dependent on supermarkets and other people that know how to grow food that we forgot to do it ourselves. And I think it's very important information to have. And so I'm super excited to be at the start of this journey right now. I'll take you with me on this journey, and show you how I planted the very first seeds that eventually, if everything works out, will be living a very happy life on my piece of land. I'm excited.
A few moments later.
Alright, so here you see what I planted. This is the soil from my land. And it doesn't look like much because you might see some green stuff, but that's definitely not the sprouted seeds. That's just from the soil. So it's a little bit hard to see, but Benjamin told me, here, let me turn this around. Benjamin told me that the seeds will be sprouting within a week. I told him I don't believe this stuff is going to sprout, not at all. But he told me, be patient, it will happen. These are very easy seeds. I still don't know what the seeds are. Probably should do my homework on that, but yeah, so this is the update. Not much is happening, and it's too dark to see what's actually happening underneath the soil. So we just have to be happy with a surprise that's coming up in a couple of days. I'll let you know whenever they start to sprout.
3 days later.
So we're back in the backyard, and Benjamin gave me these cuttings from the mulberry trees of yesterday. And I'm now going to plant these here in the backyard. And Benjamin said that I find it is a wild concept that from this stick will grow another bush that will give me those amazing tasting mulberries. So we're gonna try it out. Benjamin told me I should bury it like this, like 2/3 in, and then just wait 3 years, and then the mulberries will come. Obviously, it sounds like a long time, but to be honest, for it to be growing out of this stick, I find 3 years super short. So just in the same way as I cannot believe that there's actual life coming out of those seeds that I'm planting, which I'll show you later, I cannot believe that there's going to be a bush out of this that will give me sweet tasting berries. I found a spot over here in the yard that I'm going to plant these things, and then I'm going to forget about them, let the rain and the sun do its work, and we'll see what comes out of it. So yeah, I'm excited to do this. Very, very excited. It's very, I find it very nice also to find that yesterday we did some work to get these cuttings, and that will benefit that bush and us, because the bush will become smaller, it's easier to pick, and the bush will become more productive, and we can grow more stuff. So it's a win-win-win-win-win, and I absolutely love it. So yeah, I'm gonna plant this right now, and I'll see you later. Alright, so those things have been planted right now. I took a thick cutting, a very small one and a medium one, just to see how they behave, just to see if there's a big difference or no. And I planted them next to each other. I think I planted them too close to each other, but once I did it, I was like, okay, well, that's a problem for another day. And I also kind of want to see what that does to the things, to the bush. Yeah, now it's time to just forget about these things, and now I'm going to head over to my the seeds that I planted. It's been about 3 days now, so I'm just curious, and it's been raining a lot, so I'm just curious how they're doing, and yeah, that's where I'm going right now. Now on the other side of the garden, and here I have the seeds, and what I can see is that because of the rain, I think what I find amazing, but the seeds have been floating to the top. So as you can now, I'm not sure if I'll show it in another shot, but they've been floating to the top, and I asked Benjamin if there was a problem, and he said no, just push them down into the soil again. And he also said that the seeds look good, so that probably means that they took a lot of the water, soaked it up, and I hope then that means that they soon will sprout. We'll see. Maybe you can see it better here. Just make this darker. Yeah, this is better. So you see those little seeds that are there, over there, and this one, here. Those are the seeds. Oh look! Oh my God! Look at this. Yes, this is what we want to see. This is exactly what we want. It's sprouting. My first sprout. So I'm gonna push those down. I am super happy to be seeing that. That's amazing. That's really amazing. That took like 3 days. Just make this a little bit lighter. That took like 3 days, and it's sprouting. It's awesome. That's amazing. Life, people. Life is here in the backyard, grown in a plastic bottle. So yeah, that's definitely a milestone. That makes me very happy to see. I did not expect that, and yeah, I'm just now going to push them in and wait another couple of days and see if they float up again or not. And I think very soon we'll be transporting them out of the plastic into the yard. This is exciting. It's very, very cool. Are now pushed down, and now I can forget about them again. Very curious if that I think that once they're sprouted, they have a little bit of the roots, so that they won't float to the top anymore.
I'm not sure about that, but I found it a very interesting thing to see that they float on top when the water goes into the soil. Which kind of makes sense that they float, but also it was just a surprise for me. So that was pretty cool, and yeah, I already think this experience was a success, and this also gives me a lot of hope for the soil that is on my land, which, I mean, so much already grows there, so I should not be surprised. But still, you know, it's something different to plant the things yourself and then have it have it grown. And I can really see how people that have this as a hobby, growing stuff as a hobby, and that really are garden people, I can see how they like this, because if you get this result and you get this experience of helping something grow, I already feel it's kind of addictive. So I'm looking forward to growing more stuff, and I'm happy with those sticks. I'll see you in 3 years, I guess. On to the next thing.